As you're aware that the announcement of the date of the elections for the Vanikar by-election has been made. This is on the 28th of February. And from the UDP Vanikar circle, as well as from the 26th Langren UDP constituency MDC circle, they had proposed a name to be fielded in this coming by-election. But this name that they had proposed, we thought that since we are together with the RTA in this, RTA is also a partner, no? HSPDP is also part of the RTA. We will, maybe in a day or two, we'll be sitting together with the HSPDP to discuss on the finalization of the candidate for the Langren by-election. That is the decision that we have taken.
Who is that name? Who is that person?
The name that has come out now is Piyush Babu, sitting MLA. But we will also need to discuss this with the members of the HSPDP also, all together in the RTA.
Is it only one name?
Only one name they have recommended. There are no other names. I think we need to appreciate the efforts made by the MDA government this time by bringing all the stakeholders, in fact, even the pressure groups and NGOs, to solicit their views and opinions, which was given to the Union Home Minister. And secondly, I feel that in one way, it's very fortunate, consequent to the CAA, when it was passed, it was a wake-up call for the entire people of the Northeast, for the states of the Northeast, and also for the people of the state of Meghalaya. We have woken up from our slumber and we have to capitalize on the fact that since this has been set on the floor of Parliament by the Union Home Minister, the due consideration will be given to the Northeast, and exemption also has been made, although this issue is a common issue of the Northeast, and although the centre's approach is fragmented, but I feel that we have to capitalize from here. This issue, which we have been battling for the last 4 decades now, as far as the issue of illegal immigration is concerned and influx. So it is the right time for the state, to come up with something which is very concrete for the protection and safeguards of the indigenous people of the state of Meghalaya. So the process is on, and exemption also, has been made. Although this issue is a common issue of the Northeast, and although the centre's approach is fragmented, but I feel that we have to capitalize from here. This issue, which we have been battling for the last 4 decades now, as far as the issue of illegal immigration is concerned and influx. So it is the right time for the state, to come up with something which is very concrete for the protection and safeguards of the indigenous people of the state of Meghalaya. So the process is on. Assembly has passed the resolution as far as the ILP is concerned. Although there has been a lot of debate about the implementation of the ILP, whether we are going to get or not, and how far it's going to affect the state. So that is still being debated, but I still feel that since we have collectively made that decision, we are going to pursue the matter further. And let us hope and see that the centre's decision also will be forthcoming. Let me be very clear. When we talk about this CAB or CAA, there is absolutely no rationality as far as the passage of this CAB, when it was made into an act. But since the Parliament has passed that, let us see. In principle, we are opposing this, the CAA, but let us wait also for the wisdom of the Supreme Court to make its interpretation in this regard. I think that is also important. So when there is a hue and cry, protest is being made across the country, so we can understand that there's a lot of things happening here. So in principle, we are very much against, because we don't see any rationale here. But then let us also wait for the interpretation of the Supreme Court. We leave it to the wisdom of the Supreme Court to interpret as far as the CAA is concerned.
So coming back to ILP.
One more point.
Sorry.
See, if the Congress are blind and deaf, then it's better not to hear them. Because they know very well, even the NPP has openly stated, gone to Delhi, went to Delhi, and met the officials and the government in Delhi, expressing their views on this, that Meghalaya should be exempted, the entire Meghalaya should be exempted. So if they would like to make a political overtone, I mean, we have nothing to say. That is their duty because they are in the opposition. But I think they have to be true to the state of things going on and talk straight without mincing words and politicizing the issue for, I don't know, political mileage or for political gain. I think is very unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
So coming back to ILP, there's a lot of fear among the people in the rural areas. Now, specifically talking about tourist hotspots like Dauki, Cherrapunji, all these areas. There are a lot of fear among the people that once ILP is implemented, they have to bear the brunt. Where some of them have taken loans, where they've opened out a guest house and all these. So, do you think that their voices will also be heard? Will there be a flexible, do you think the government will be able to come up with flexible terms, policies, and all when it comes to implementation of ILP in the state?
Let me answer this one. See, the ILP that the government proposes is EILP, wherein the visitors will only need to register on their mobile phones, and they will be provided a QR code. So once they check into a hotel, they just show the QR code and they don't need to fill anything. No ID is required. So it becomes so flexible that you don't even need to go to any office to apply for the ILP.
Absolutely. Now, talking about flexibility, what if the person has chosen to come for 10 days, but after that wants to extend for a few more days? Does the person have to go back again, come to Shillong, travel all the way from Dauki and, extend their stay?
No,
or
he does it on his mobile.
Does it on his mobile?
Things will be made much more simpler.
It will be tourist friendly.
We have to choose between safety and economy. There are people who don't understand the value of this all. The inner permit is already being implemented, I mean, in many parts of the Northeast. As I said, recently even in Manipur, and even Nagaland has extended to Dimapur area also, plain Dimapur district. So, most of the states in the Northeast have ILP provision. People don't go there. People go there. And what has been explained to you now, in a simpler form, it's not like what we used to do before. Go and, fill up the forms, wait for a few days, then it will be, given to you. Now, the system has been simplified, with the internet
Technology
in place and the technology in place. So therefore, it will not be, taxing the way it used to be, unlike in the past. My point here is this. Number one, we don't see that it will affect to that extent. You know, the scope, the business, the economy of the people. That is point number one. People come, people go to the other countries also. When we go to other countries, you need to obtain visa, you need a passport, you need to apply for a visa and all that. People go. So why can't, people visit Meghalaya and the beauty spots of Meghalaya, the tourist spots of Meghalaya? But because of that simple ILP, that you have to obtain, which has been said that it has been, to a great extent, it's simplified now. So therefore, we don't think at all that it will affect the economy of the people of the state the way it has been, explained by some vested interest people.
Suppose the center don't implement they don't allow Meghalaya to have the ILP in the state, what would be the stand of your party alone?
See, like I've said, now for the last 4 decades, 40 years, successive governments have come and gone. Successive governments have made efforts to bring about an effective mechanism in the state of Meghalaya. And suddenly now, after many years, we have woken up because of this issue of CAA and CAB, right? So we are awaiting the nod of the center. And since this has been collectively decided by the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly, let us decide, let us be optimistic in that line. But if in case it does not come, we also have to think about other options. And if you also remember, the Meghalaya Resident Safety and Security Act is also there, right? Although there are some technicalities as far as the implementation of MRSSA is concerned, as far as the ordinance is concerned, but I think we need to have that sincerity of commitment on the part of the government and on the part of all stakeholders to come up with certain mechanisms in the state of Meghalaya which will not infringe on the rights of others and which will not also attract the judiciary and other things that will affect us. I think we are on the job.